everyone. Very good evening. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. My name is Alpa Sharma and this is our CUET marathon on English. I hope everything's clearly audible and visible to everyone. Hi Nobi, Akansha, Vibhor. Very good evening. If you could guys quickly confirm that everything's clearly audible and visible. Hi Jasmeet. So good to see you guys after quite a long time. I hope you guys are preparing enough. You're working really hard because CUET is right here. I mean, the first day is right here. It's going to go on for quite a month. But yes, I'm clearly audible and visible. Great. So let's quickly have a look at the agenda of this session today. We have our CUET English Marathon. In fact, I have 2 classes scheduled on this platform today. So this session we shall be talking about we shall be solving many questions, that the kind of questions that can appear in the CUET English section. We'll try solving them. We'll have a practice session. And in the next session that I have, that's going to be at 8, I'll give you tips and tricks, the last moment tips and tricks that you need to remember before you sit for the first level of CUET tomorrow. Okay, so let's go on. Let's have a look at what we are going to be doing today. We have a passage here, and apart from the passage, I have some I have one reading comprehension that we'll be solving. I have some grammar question. I have some vocab questions, some idioms as well. Okay, so our assumption is basically all of these in a combination can be asked in this CUET paper, and thus with an attempt to excel this section in CUET, we shall be solving all these questions carefully. All right, okay, so tomorrow you mean, right, Akansha? Okay, so are you guys ready for the first passage, everyone? Shall I show you the passage? The passage is a very simple one, and my expectation is CUET would not give us a very difficult one, nothing like CAT, okay? So to target that, I brought a passage for you. There are some factual questions that are there on it. Just read the passage with all your understanding, with all your attention. Understand the story that goes on. Give a picture, make a picture of the story in your mind so that it's easier for you to retain the information that's mentioned in the passage. That's called picturization. That's called visualization. What is visualization? Creating a picture in your head so that when questions come up, there's not an urge to go back to the passage to find the correct answers. With that, you can save a lot of time. Yeah, all right. So, all the best, everyone who's sitting for the examination tomorrow. It's okay, Akansha, I can get it. The nervousness can hit you right there. So, ready, everyone? Let's have a look at the first passage that we have, and then we're going to show the questions. Here is this page. Read the page and send me a done when you're done reading the page. Good luck, everyone. No, just meet lesser than that. Send me done when you're done reading the page, my kids. Done. Let's move to the next page, everyone. Now you understand who Job is here, okay? Done, Shubhra? Changing the slide. That's the gist of the passage, okay? Read this and then I'll show you questions. Super easy passage. All right. I hope you've understood the passage. I hope you've understood the story of Job and the existence of God in the story and the existence of Satan in the story. Okay. I hope you visualized, made a picture in your head. It's a very, very easy, simply written, barring some few difficult words. But then these words should not have obstructed your speed or your understanding. Let's see if the questions can be answered carefully. Question number 1. What do you think is the correct answer? Why does Job's happy life change into a terrible one? What went wrong with his life? Because Job or his family committed a sin? Because God had a bet with Satan? Because the misfortunes were Satan's test to make Job renounce God? Because God was displeased with him? What do you think is the correct answer here? What made his life a terrible one? See, Shubhra? Okay, others? See? See? Everyone says see? Oh, that's great. You're going to give a tough competition to each other then. Let's understand the passage here. Okay. Now, in the passage, we understand that Job is a man who had a happy life and then suddenly his life turned into a terrible one. Let's see this paragraph. Okay. His life turned into a terrible one. Who was responsible for making his life into a terrible one? God had a bet with the members of the heavenly host, that's Satan, and Satan claims that he can make even the pious Job renounce God. So is it God's bet, wager, with the Satan that created his life bad, or is it the Satan who is responsible for making his life worse? Satan says that I can make anybody move away from you, God. You just wait and watch. See what I do. So Satan makes Job suffer. So what makes Job suffer? It's Satan, and it's not the bet with the God that makes him suffer. The correct answer here clearly is a C. All of you got that correct. It's not because of his job and family committed a sin. They did not do anything wrong at all, yet they suffered. Because God had a bet. The reason of suffering was not bet, but the reason was that Satan wanted to show God that, see, I can make people move away from you if I give them pain. So these misfortunes were a result of Satan telling people that, see, I can show you that God does Nothing, I do things. And you can move away from God. God was not displeased with him. He did not do anything wrong. He was a very good man. Okay. So the correct answer is a C. Unanimous answer. Excellent. Let's have a look at the next question. Question number 2. Which of the following best explains the expression, his life is a waking nightmare? I'll show you the line again. Read the line and then mark the answer. A waking nightmare. I had underlined that line for you as well. Here it is. This one. Read the line. I'll take you back to the options. The line says, his life is a waking nightmare, but he refuses to renounce God for what has befallen him. Renounce is give up on. So even if his life is a waking nightmare, he refuses to give up on God for what has befallen him. That is the things that he's suffering from. Okay. Now let's come to the options, everyone. What do you understand by the term a waking nightmare? Here is the question. What do you think is the answer? It's an idiom. You probably don't have to refer back to the passage to answer the idiom. It's an easy one. What's your answer? What's a nightmare? How do you define a nightmare? It's A. Okay, Asmitha. Others? A. Chandranshu. Okay. C. A. Okay. See, guys, understand. A nightmare is a dream, but it's an unpleasant dream. Since it's an unpleasant dream, the answer cannot be an A. A says everything is blissful. Blissful is very good, very positive word. A nightmare is usually a bad dream that you see. Okay, it's a negative one. And a waking nightmare means you can easily translate it literally. A waking nightmare is as if you are awake, yet you feel as if it's an unpleasant dream that you're going through. A waking nightmare is a life full of misfortunes. Something very, very bad happening in one's life is a waking nightmare. It cannot be a positive word. Nightmare is a very, very unpleasant dream. The correct answer has to be a C. Hi, believer. Good to see you back. It's a bad dream. Yes, Vanshika. A lot of you got that correct. Asmita, you've changed your answer, Asmita. It's okay. Akansha and Dev, Tanushka, Neetu, Shubhra, Vibhor. Yes, you got that right. All right, let's move to the next question, everyone. Question number 3. We can infer from the opening lines of the passage. So I'll take you back to the passage. Let's read the first line and then we'll come back to the options. Okay. So opening lines of the passage, here we are. This is the first line. Okay. What can you infer from this line? Read the line and then I'll show you the options. No one has ever known quite what to make of Job. Here are your options. Good luck. Job is an enigma for everyone who has heard or read his story. Job has tricked many people into believing that he is God-fearing. The story of Job has been written in a difficult style, or no one knows the purpose of Job's story. What is the correct answer? What's the answer, everyone? Shubhra says A. Others? Others? What is your answer? You probably don't know the meaning of a lot of words here. B, okay, Neetu? See, guys, even if you don't know the exact meaning of that line, you can link it to the remaining story. A, B, C, D, all options are here. Let's go back to the line. Okay, let's read something and let's understand how do we answer such questions. No one has ever known quite what to make of job. So we're talking of job and nobody knows this about job. Now, what does this mean? The entire story focuses on the fact that Job was a good man. He had a happy family. He had everything good. Yet Satan made him suffer. The reason why Satan made him suffer was that Satan wanted to show God that, see, I can make people move away from you if they have sufferings. Okay, that was the bet that Satan had with God. Okay, now if I come to the question and look at the options, I can eliminate a lot of options merely by knowing the main idea of the passage. Guys, remember, I might not know the meaning of every word. I might not be able to infer a lot of things. But if I know the main idea, option elimination becomes a cakewalk. Remember my words. The main idea, I had showed you that main idea in the last paragraph, the gist of the passage, that Satan made him suffer. He did not do anything wrong. And he just did not want to move away from God till the time he had a discussion, a debate with his three friends. Okay. D says no one knows the purpose of Job's story. C says the story of Job has been written in difficult style. Is the style difficult? No, that's easy to comprehend. This option is wrong. B says Job has tricked many people into believing that he is God-fearing. Has Job tricked anybody in the whole story? Is there any connotation of Job being a cunning person and tricking anybody? No, nowhere in the story we know that Job has tricked people. My answer has to be between A and D only. Now, if my answer is A or D, how do we decide? So, the line says that, let's read the line again and let's, what to make of Job. That is, how do we understand what Job is and what is he doing? How do we understand this person? What to make of something is to understand that thing. Okay, literal meaning is that. So let's come back to the options and let's see what to make of. Job means what? What to make of Job is I am unable to understand who this person is. Is it talking about the purpose of story or is it talking about Job as a person? What will you choose as your correct answer now? You can change your options now. I'll wait for you. Is the line focusing on who Job is a person? It's difficult for you to, enigma is hidden. A hidden personality, you don't know what it is. Or we don't know the purpose. Is the line focusing on the purpose or is the line focusing on Job? The line is focusing not on the purpose, but the line is focusing on Job, who Job is. We don't know that. We don't know that. We're still able to figure out who Job is and what is his behavior. We don't know how to understand Job. Job's purpose is not being referred to in the first line. Okay? The correct answer has to be an A here. It is not a D, it's an A. Because the first line doesn't refer to Job's story, his life, but he refers to Job as a person and he's a hidden enigma for us. We're still able to figure out who this person is. Yes, the correct answer is an A. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 4. Wager has been used in the passage. I'll show you the word again and we'll come back and see if it's a pay, a remuneration, a bet or a movement. Let's see the word again and we'll see the answer. So wager is here. Here, this one. Read the line and tell me your answer. All right, funny moments, I got that. Okay. So when God enters into a wager with a member, with Satan, what is it? I've already used the correct meaning multiple times here. Just quickly choose your option and mark the correct answer. So what is it? What's a wager here? It is absolutely Shubhra. Shubhra, I can see you've got all the 4 questions correct. That's really good, my child. Very good. You deserve an appreciation for that. I could see all of these questions being marked correctly by you. So a wager is a bet. God got into a bet with Satan. And Satan said, okay, I will make people move away from you. God said, no, you can't. But Satan said, I will. And that was the bet. And that's why Satan made Job suffer a lot. It is a bet. Correct answer is a C. Yeah, that is a C. Absolutely, yes. So that was our passage. Now I'll show you more questions of vocabulary. Okay, but before I show you the questions of vocabulary, did you like the session? Did you share the session with your friends? Did you subscribe to the channel yet? If you haven't done that yet, please do that right now. Thank you so much if you have done that already. Here, like the session right now, okay? Dejected. Synonym of the word dejected. Guys, remember something. Please read the directions carefully if vocabulary is there in CUET. Synonym, antonym, you don't wish to be confused. If it is synonym, you mark an antonym, or the other way around, you're going to get a wrong mark there. Please don't do that. Synonym to dejected. Is it smug, miserable, agreed, or suspended? What is it? B, D, okay. Others? D, suspended, okay. Thank you, Akansha. God bless you, my child. D, okay. Now see, understand the word dejected. D, okay, I'll teach you how to memorize the word. D and ject are, this is the etymology, the root word. Ject is the root word. Ject means to throw. So for example, eject or conjecture, or for example, reject. So ject is to throw. D is a negative prefix. When we add D to something, like de-escalate, demonetization, when we add D to something, we add a negative connotation. So this cannot be the answer, because obviously we know deject or dejected, it has a negative connotation. This cannot be the answer. Smug is somebody who takes a lot of pride in his own achievements, very proud of his own things. Okay, so this probably can be the answer. Miserable can be the answer. Suspended can be the answer. The correct meaning of dejected is in a very, very bad state, in a very, very poor state. Usually dejected is used in reference to poverty. So people who are poor, we call them that, we say, use the word for them, and we say that they are in dejected poverty, in a dejected state. The correct answer is a B. To be in a miserable state is the synonym to the word dejected. So memorize it like this. Okay, everyone? Yeah, Jasmeet got that correct. Yes, you did. Very good, Jasmeet. All right, let's move to the next word, everyone. So I hope you're able to understand. Next time you see words with D or ject, you know how to figure out the meaning. Let's see question number 6, everyone. Antonym of the word ridiculous. Implausible, far-fetched, striking, sensible. Easy, easy, easy options. What's the correct answer? Ridiculous is a very common word. Antonym, opposite meaning word to ridiculous. D. All right, Vibhor. D. Akansha. So, ridiculous is completely senseless. Ridiculous answer. Senseless answer. Okay. So, obviously, the antonym has to be sensible only. That is our antonym. It's sensible. Implausible is something that does not make sense. Is implausible. Okay. So, ridiculous can be a synonym to implausible or far-fetched as well. Okay, the far-fetched can be a related synonym to ridiculous. The correct answer is sensible. Yeah, everyone got that correct. Very good. Next question, everyone. Antonym to valiant. Antonym, opposite meaning word to valiant. What is the answer? Valiant. Velour, not the city. Related word. What's your answer? You guys are sensible, yeah. Are you valiant? Let's see if you are not or if you are. What's your answer? You don't know the meaning of the word? Okay, I'll tell you the meaning of the word. Valiant is somebody who is like a hero, the protagonist. Okay, so heroic is a synonym to it. B shayad, okay. Jasmeet says B, all right. B. So when valiant means a hero who has a lot of guts and he is fearless, the opposite of it has to be spineless. He doesn't have any strength, he doesn't have any power, not in terms of physical power, but in terms of being aggressive and bold. He is not. So valiant is very bold and the hero and very, very strong willpower. But spineless is the opposite of it. The correct answer is a B. All of you got that correct. Yeah. Very good, everyone. Next question. All right. So we have to find out the odd word out of the 4 words here. So 3 words will be related and 1 word would not be related. What is the odd word here? 3 words are related to each other. 1 word is not. Find out which word is not related. Insightful, astute, shrewd, humble. D. Okay. Saurabh. D. Chandranshu. Okay. Neetu says C. Okay. Now let me explain the answer here. So astute, shrewd and insightful are synonyms to each other. Whereas pummel is basically to hit with constant blows. Okay. So obviously the odd word here has to be pummel. Insightful, astute, shrewd, somebody who's very smart with the mind, who knows how to use, rather act carefully using his brains, is what all these words would mean. All of these are synonyms. Pummel is the odd one out here. Okay, got that, everyone? It's D. Let's have a look at the next question, everybody. Question number 9. Here we go. So you have to fill in the blank with an appropriate word out of the given words. So he wanted to stay at the hotel, but dash, he had to leave because of an emergency. But unfortunately, he had to leave. Unknowingly, he had to leave. Unwittingly, he had to leave. And uncharacteristically, he had to leave. Very easy. Fill in the blank with the appropriate word. You see, un is a negative prefix here. This is an easy one. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, Vibhor, Saurabh, Jasmeet, Asmitha, Simran, Dev, everyone's getting it correct. Yes, it has to be an A. So the meaning of this sentence is he wanted to stay at the hotel. Okay, his will was that he wanted to stay there. But then something unfortunate happened. He had to leave because there was an emergency. Unfortunate is fortune did not favor him. Unknowingly, not known. Unwittingly, no wit. Uncharacteristically, no characteristic. Okay, so unfortunate, no fortune with him. Fortune did not favor him. He had to leave because the word but is used. We need a negative word here. Here is a positive meaning. We need a negative one. Remember, the conjunctions used can help you identify. If it was and, I would use a positive one. If it is a but, if it is a yet, I would use a negative one. So accordingly, according to the meaning of the sentence, mark the contextual vocabulary. Let's have a look at the next question. Question number 10. Despite not knowing what to do, Rahul went on to dash the goals in an impressive manner. So, despite not knowing what to do, Rahul went on to dash the goals. Accompany the goals, attest the goals, accomplish the goals, attitude the goals. Attitude the goals. Okay, even reading that is so weird. What will you mark? Accomplish, Vibhor? All right. All right, Asmita. Easy. This one is easy as well. All right, guys. I'll ask you a simple question before I show you the next question. Do you think CUET will give us questions as easy as these, or will it be more difficult than this? What do you think? Although I'll be addressing your appropriate methodology that you should adopt to sit before you sit for CUET in the session that is going to happen at 8 p.m. today. But I'd like to know your answers. What do you think before I give you my answer? Do you think CUET will give you questions as easy as these, or are they going to be more difficult? What do you think? More difficult, probably? More difficult? Vibhor, Saurabh, I think they are not going to be more difficult. No, I don't. I'll give you a proper reasoning and you'll buy my reasoning. Guys, see, when I talk about IPMAT, when I talk about CLAT, when I talk about any other entrance examination immediately after 12th, exactly, Shubhra, that's my point. It's going to be an easy paper. It's going to be not a very difficult paper. This examination is different. This examination targets the entire country and masses. This examination is for those, probably after JEE, this would be the examination that would have the maximum number of people sitting for it. Let's not talk about JEE, that's another ball game altogether. But this examination targets masses because there are so many seats available. And thus, this examination would be an easy one. It would not be a difficult one. What should your strategy be? How can you ace this examination, mark maximum questions correctly? Make sure you watch my session live today at 8 p.m. I'll address that. Okay. Back to this. The correct answer is an accomplish. It certainly is because you accomplish goals. It was an impressive manner. The seniors were happy with his achievement, right? He achieved something. When he achieved something, the goals, what is one word for achievement? It's accomplish. The correct answer has to be accomplished. Okay. Next question. Question number 11. Okay. Arbiter. A synonym to arbiter. Is it adjudicator, disputant, random, or willful? Arbiter. Yes, Chandranshu, I'll buy your point. It should not be very difficult. Arbiter. That will certainly happen, Saurabh. That will happen. And that's why your aim has to be marking maximum questions correctly. Arbitration. If you've read a little law, you would know the answer. An arbiter is a person who mediates. Okay, he's like an umpire. Okay, he gives you the decision by looking at both the sides. An arbiter is an adjudicator. The correct synonym is an adjudicator. Okay? He's like an umpire who mediates between two parties who are in conflict and gives you the final verdict. That's an arbiter. Arbitration, a very common word in law. You see that very frequently. Question number 12. Moribund synonym. Is it mandatory, dying, extinct, or witty? Moribund. Mandatory, dying, extinct, or witty? There are two close words. I'll teach you two words here. Yeah, Sabita, he can. Absolutely. Like an umpire. Umpire is also a judge, right? His verdict is the last verdict. So there are two words. One is moribund and the other commonly confused word is morbid. Don't be confused here. A, okay, you don't know the word. You don't know the word. All of you marking wrong. Asmita got that correct. It's dying. Moribund is in a state that's where you're almost, a moribund look on the face, almost as if you're dead. I was sleeping in a moribund state. The look on my face was moribund. Somebody who would look at me would say, oh, this person is dead. So moribund is dying. Okay. Now let's move on with the next question. Grammar. Here comes grammar. You have to find out which one of those sentences is written correctly. Okay? Is written correctly. Read all of them. Find out only one sentence is correctly written. What's the correct answer? Only one sentence is correctly written. B. Okay. B. B. Everyone says B. Savita says C. Harsha says C. Because only Savita and Harsha are correct. B is an incorrect sentence. I'll teach you grammar rules here now. Pay attention, everyone. B is correct. Yes, believer, you're right. B is incorrect. Let's check out B. Rohan has been reading this novel since 4 days. Let's understand the difference between since and for. Okay. For is used for a duration of time. 4 days, duration. 4 months, duration. 4 years, duration. If it is a duration, instead of a since, I would use a for. For 4 days. Since is used for a point of time. Like since 4 p.m. Since Monday. Since January. It's a point of time. If it is a duration of time, you would use for. Many days is a duration of time. For is correctly used here. Did you guys get the difference? Exactly, Savita. Did you guys get the difference between since and for? Okay, remember this. Our support. Now, let's see what's wrong with A and D. The correct answer is a C. C is correctly written. Let's see what's wrong with A. Here, we would use a for 4 days. A says our supporters are nothing but a handful. Now, you say nothing but a handful. Handful in itself means very less. You would not use nothing again here. Two negatives are not allowed like this in the sentence. So, you would say our supporters are a handful. So, either you say it like this. Don't use double negatives in a sentence. That's why A is wrong. Many a magnificent. Many a is a phrase that's always followed by a singular verb form. Many a magnificent deed was completed. Many a will be followed by a singular verb form, never a plural one. Singular noun, singular verb form. So the correct sentence here would be many a magnificent deed was completed. Had it been many, I would say many magnificent deeds were completed. Many a magnificent deed was completed. So many a will be followed by a singular verb form. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 14. You have to choose the sentence that's grammatically incorrect. Incorrect. Yes, Chandranshu, you're right. Grammatically incorrect. Savita, that's a tricky question, my child. The kind of paper we're solving today, that kind of paper can come. One RC, some grammar, some vocabulary, some logical reasoning as well, critical reasoning precisely, assumptions, conclusions. Incorrect. Although the leader continues to project himself as someone dedicated to progress, under his watch, marginal elements are asserting them, and some businesses have been on the rise. Incorrect. Just me, that can happen as well, but one certainly would come. Incorrect. You can't find that? Tricky? Let me help you with the answer. Chandranshu, you got that correct. Very good, very good, very good, Chandranshu. Let's see. The correct answer is a B. How? Let's see. Although the leader continues to project himself, he is projecting himself. Reflexive pronoun, we use them. Okay, himself, ourselves, themselves. These are reflexive pronouns. He is projecting himself. Reflexive pronoun is correctly used. As someone dedicated to progress, under his watch, marginal elements are asserting themselves. Here also, these elements are asserting themselves, their own self. Thus, here also we need a reflexive pronoun. The correct statement here has to be themselves instead of a them. And that's why 2 is wrong. Everything else is going to be correct. Let's look at the next question, everyone. Question number 15. Okay, you have to find out which part has an error. Mark the part here. Which part has an error, grammatical error? Having served in the Societies and Local Government Commission, which looks forward housing issues, Rahul has now taken a job in a new field. Let's see if you can get this correct. What's your correct answer? What do you think is the correct answer? B? Shubhra, you deserve an applause. So do you, believer. It's a B. Yes, 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 Saurabh. Yes, Albin. Yes, Jasmeet Vibhor. Yes, it's a B. Issues. Who will look forward to issues? Looking forward to is being very excited. You are too excited to welcome it. Who would want to welcome housing issues? You don't look forward to housing issues. You will look into housing issues. So these societies and government commissions look into housing issues. They don't look forward to housing issues. The correct answer is a B, that has a grammatical error. Yeah, very good. It's a B. Looks for as well is correct, Savita. Looks for, looks into. Okay, next question. Okay, so basically we have a sentence here, okay, and you have to identify which one of these is correctly written one. If you think this sentence is correct, mark no improvement. If you think this sentence is wrong, choose the correct part. Okay, that's phrase replacement question. So if he had seen you here, then he will have beaten you. If you think the sentence is correct, mark D. If you think the sentence is incorrect, choose the one that's correct, that makes the sentence correct. Now towards Chandranshu, you can use that as well. If he had seen you here, then he will have beaten you. C? Okay, just meet. A and C are same. Oh yeah, that's correct. A and C are the same. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So you could mark A and C either if you think that's correct. So if you marked A and C, I'll give you bounty. Both are correct. A and C both are. Okay. So I don't know what the answer key says, but A and C both he would have beaten. Yeah, both are same. Both are going to be the correct answer. How? If he had seen you there, if you use will in past tense, it always becomes would. In past tense, will never be used. Will is always for future tense. The sentence is written in past tense. I can never use a will. I have to use a would. He would have done that. Not he would beat, but he would have beaten. Verb's third form is always needed in past participle is needed here. Okay, so the correct answer should be A and C. A and C both. Okay. Next question. Again, same pattern. Which one of these makes the sentence correct? If the sentence is correct, mark a B. The merchant asked the kid, where is his parents? Please don't mark a B, anyone. What is our answer? D, Shubhra, all right. D, yes. So indirect speech, remember your school teachers must have taught you this, direct and indirect speech. The sentence is written in indirect speech. The correct structure has to be where his parents were. Of course, this is wrong because parents are plural. I need a plural verb form. So this cannot be the answer. Where was his parents is also wrong. Where is his parents is also wrong. Where was also is wrong. So the correct answer is where his parents were. Parents are plural. It needs a plural verb form here. D is a correct answer. Unanimous answer. Everybody got that correct. Supremely good. Question number 18. Fill in the blank. The workers' interests must be protected and they will go on a strike. So they will go on a strike, else they will go on a strike, but they will go on a strike. Appropriate conjunction to be used here. What's our answer? Appropriate conjunction. And so else but. Easy. Savita, Chandranshu, Believer, Saurabh, everyone says a C, which is the correct answer. So if you have to do this. Otherwise, they will go on a strike. Otherwise, one word for that is an else. So else they will go on a strike. If you don't want them to go on a strike, you have to protect their interest. So is a conclusion, and is a continuation, but is a contradiction. We don't need any one of these. Next question. Which part has a grammatical error? Okay. Which part has a grammatical error in this sentence? More than 30 people were arrested on suspicion of financial frauds in the Nirav Modi scam. Or can also be used, Savita. You're right. Everyone who says C has an error, what should the correct phrase be? Arrested? Were arrested. Yes, correct, Saurabh. You've already answered that. Yes, yes. Sabit, you're right. Were arrested. The correct answer is a C. That is the grammatical error. More than 30 people were arrested. Simple past tense. One action happening at a point of time in the past. Simple past tense. 30 people were arrested on this instance. C is grammatically incorrect. Here, which part is grammatically incorrect in the sentence? The passengers is being advised to maintain distance while traveling. It's so difficult for me to keep a poker face so that you don't even know the answer with my body gestures. Oh yes, Gamer Whitey, you are a little late. Were you playing games on Whitey? Yes, Akansha, were arrested. This is easy. Yes, is being is wrong. Passengers are plural. We need a plural verb form here. Are being advised. Or rather, I would say are advised. The best phrase has to be are advised to maintain distance. Okay? So, the grammatically incorrect part is a D here. Guys, did you like the session yet? If you haven't done that yet, please do so. If you're watching the session recorded later on, please make sure you comment under my video. If you have learned through this session, okay? And don't leave the channel without subscribing to our channel and sharing the video. I will be coming live again at 8 p.m. today. I'll give you some tips and tricks before you sit for CUET that starts tomorrow. Make sure you attend this session live today so that you know exactly how to take the examination, so that even if something unexpected comes, you're not bothered with it. I'll see you again live at 8 p.m. Please follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Our Telegram channel link is this. Everything's there in the description box. You can download our app on Google Play as well. All the best, everyone. I shall see you at 8 p.m. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Sabit. Thank you, everyone. See you at 8.